So may I come in?
Yes, please. Come in.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. May I take a seat?
Yes. Yeah.
Thanks.
You are Shivani.
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by Shivani?
Sir, Shivani means goddess Durga.
Goddess Durga.
Yes, sir. Wife of Lord Shiva.
Lord Shiva or God Shiva?
Sir, God Shiva, as we say. Yes.
People are calling our gods by name of lords. Lords are in British Italian human beings.
And gods means gods.
God means God is Almighty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will definitely take care of it.
So, कहाँ से हैं आप?
Sir, I belong from Seeker. I have completed my most education from Seeker.
Proper seeker.
Yes, sir. And currently I'm living in Bharatpur after my marriage.
What was your performance in secondary?
Sir, in secondary I scored 83%, 83.17.
Senior secondary?
Sir, in senior secondary I scored 92.80% from commerce.
So you must be in merit list.
Yes, sir. I secured Rajasthan 10th rank from
10th rank.
Yes, sir.
And what was subject? What were subjects? English, accountancy, business studies, and computer science.
Yes, sir.
And then, which school? From which school you passed to senior secondary?
Sir, Vidyashram school.
For Jaipur.
No, sir, Seeker. I completed my entire education from Seeker itself.
And then you joined this Modi University,
Yes, sir.
Lakshmangarh.
Yes, sir.
Bachelor of Business Administration and Bachelor of 5 years course.
Yes, sir.
When you passed this
Sir,
course?
I graduated in law and BBA in 2020.
20. Thereafter, what did you do?
Sir, I pursued LLM and for 1 year course, which completed in 2021.
From which university?
Modi University itself.
Who was your professor?
Sir, our dean was Professor Dr. Satish Chandra Shastri, sir.
Shastri. What was your subject in LLM?
Criminal law.
Criminal law.
Yes, sir.
And what was your dissertation?
So my dissertation was about arrest and rights of the arrested person.
So after doing LLM
Yes, sir.
in year 2021,
21.
You were married.
No, sir, I got married in 2023.
23.
Yes, sir.
So in 2 years, what did you do?
Sir, I had qualified UGC NET and sir, I had joined JCRC University as an assistant professor and I had served as an assistant professor for 2 semesters, that is 1 year.
What your husband is doing?
So my husband is a judicial officer.
What is that?
Sir, if I may state his name, sir, his name is Mr. Vishal Vyas.
Vishal Vyas.
Yes, sir. 2020 batch officer.
Earlier, he was posted at in Sikar district itself.
Sir, he was posted in Junjunu and he used to visit Seeker for the workshops.
Junjunu. Junjunu, this Navalgarh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got me. Yes, sir.
So why did you? Why do you want to leave this academics?
Sir, as much as I love teaching, while teaching itself, I recognize that my area of interest is more into judiciary. And so there were times when I used to learn from my own students who were preparing for judiciary, and they sort of gave me a bigger motivation to pursue judiciary. And I completed my 2 semesters and I started preparing full time. And after marriage, this reinforced because I was seeing my husband going to court every day, so that motivation got up to another level, which is why.
So far, I think you don't have any offspring.
No, sir.
So far you people are bachelor and you are enjoying this thing.
Yes, sir.
But when The kids will be there
Yes, sir.
and they will be grown up.
Yes, sir.
Then you will need some stability.
Yes, sir.
And you are seeing that this judicial officer is just after 2 or 3 years, he is shunted out from one place to other.
Yes, sir.
At that time, you will require this academic field will be more accommodative for you.
Sir, I think there are two ways of looking at it. The transfer aspect of the service also might be challenging as a couple, but I believe it will expose our kids to more places of learning. It will expose them to better experiences, which I think I had as a child did not have. I was just stuck at one place. But if the parents are living at different places due to service, it exposes the child to better challenges and it makes the child ready and available for all the circumstances coming in their life. So I think I look at the positive side of it.
What your father was doing?
So my father is in real estate business.
Real estate business.
Yes, sir.
So presently, you are living with your husband.
Yes, sir. I'm living in Bharatpur.
What are the drawbacks of a judicial officer you are seeing? I'm not asking about good things.
Yes, sir. Sir, I will have to take a moment to think because as far as I'm just able to see the positive side of it. Sir, I think most importantly is again that you have to be little away from the family and your family might be rooted somewhere else in Rajasthan or out of Rajasthan. And for work purposes, you will have to be into different places. And so most of people who are from Jaipur or bigger cities like that, they might find it challenging to work into villages which are not connected as better as Jaipur is connected. So I think that
What is your perception? I am asking about you, not other people.
So my perception is exactly the same that the change of places at times is a challenge as far as infrastructure and shifting and moving is concerned. But I think with positive mindset that can be overcome very easily. Apart from that,
That is one thing. Apart from that,
sir, apart from that, work-life balance is also a thing in judicial officer's life. It should be taken care of. That after work, the judicial officer ideally should take some activity, for example, sports, etc., to keep the mental health also good because most of the time is spent in hearing the arguments and files and cases. So I think a judicial officer's mental health has to be taken care of really well so that it will reflect in the judgments he would make. So these two areas of concern are there.
so judicial officer don't get time uh, to see the sports activities and all.
But they do. I believe they should themselves create a balance. These two are, in my opinion,
So it is not drawback.
no, sir. These are just concerns in my opinion.
That may be concerned. I am asking about drawbacks. What drawbacks you are seeing?
Sir,
You
as
are
of
first
now,
hand experiencing the problems and merits and demerits both
yes, sir.
of judicial officer.
Sir, as a judicial officer in court, I believe infrastructural problems are there in the court. I've heard my husband getting concerned about the staff and the changes and the lacunas. For example, sir, digital connectivity.
Okay, infrastructure.
Yes,
Second?
sir. So second, sir, in my opinion, I believe second would be there is no cohesiveness. There is less cohesiveness with respect to the learning from other judicial officers. For example, in corporate field, so there are hierarchies and people sit in the same offices and they know their superiors and they have a constant connection with them. In judiciary, I think especially people who are posted in outlines, they are not connected with the officers and they do not. They should be, I believe, connected more and they should know
In
the
the
practices.
era of internet, you are asked, what are you saying?
Sir, in a sense that they should know the practices which other officers are following so that they can also incorporate those best
You can't
practices.
call the other officer on video conferencing?
No, so of course they can, but there should be, I think, better more conferences and stuff like that so that the officers are well aware of the best practices which the other officer is following, in my opinion.
Have you heard name of this bulldozer justice?
Yes, sir. Sir,
is
in
that?
Uttar Pradesh, it was followed, wherein people who were living, I believe, on the Land Acquisition Act was used for these. And before even the judgments, the people who were living in certain areas, bulldozer was used as a mechanism of removing their houses so as to place the law and order in place. So that was the situation.
Is it permissible?
No, sir, I believe it is not permissible. Even court had slammed. However, it is a domain of executive purely, but in my opinion, these are against justice.
What law they are infringing?
Sir, primarily, they are infringing the right of the person to be heard before the action is done. Because once the house is demolished, then I think it causes irreparable injury to a person.
By using bulldozer,
Yes, sir.
razing a person's residential house,
Yes, sir.
is it a domain of executive or is it a domain of courts?
Sir, it is pure. Sir, law and order is a domain of executive, and I believe this involves public order to some extent, which is why I think it is in executive domain.
So they are
However,
using bulldozer only to maintain the law and order.
sir, also people who are violating the Land Acquisition Act.
Land Acquisition Act.
Sir, Bhumi Atikraman is the word which was used for them.
Atikraman is different thing. Land Acquisition Act, you know? What
Yes,
is
sir. When the government takes up the land for its own purposes.
acquires?
Yes, sir.
तो वो तो पूरा एक्ट बना हुआ है, उसमें बुलडोजर चलाने की कहाँ जरूरत आ रही है?
Both are different.
Yes, sir. So to displace those people, I believe.
There is a procedure for acquisition.
हाँ, सुप्रीम कोर्ट की आप बात कर रही थी, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने क्या कहा इसके बारे में भी?
Sir, I'm not aware of the Supreme Court, but however, I have read somewhere. I'm not able to recall exactly.
अभी
But the
किया
post,
है, अभी हाल ही में थोड़े दिन पहले ही सुप्रीम कोर्ट का
हाँ,
डिसीजन
15 दिन के पहले ही कहा है।
तो बिल्कुल ही जानकारी में होना चाहिए।
yes, sir, I will definitely read about it. I remember I had read a headline or something in this regard that Supreme Court has slammed this practice, and Supreme Court has called it arbitrary and unconstitutional.
कुछ एक अभी तो चेयरमैन साहब ने जो पूछा उसी में मैं थोड़ा जोड़ता हूँ। यूपी में ही एक महिला अपने खाना बना रही थी, झोंपड़ी थी, झोंपड़ी को हटाने बुलडोजर चला गया।
Yes, sir.
झोंपड़ी वो निकली नहीं है, खाना बनाती रही और झोंपड़ी को गिरा दिया। वो महिला और उसके 2 बच्चे उस झोंपड़ी के साथ ही जल के मर गए। हु इज रेस्पॉन्सिबल
Sir, the
अकॉर्डिंग
authority,
टू लॉ?
sir, the authority which issued the order will be responsible in this regard.
ये ऑफेंस क्या है? व्हाट इज दिस ऑफेंस?
Sir, this, in my opinion, is definitely, sir, culpable homicide and murder in a sense that it is so sufficient, eminently dangerous in itself that it might cause death of
मर्डर
any
और
person.
कल्पेबल होमिसाइड
Sir, culpable homicide
बाय नॉट
amounting to murder.
हाँ
Yes, sir, murder. Because, sir, I believe if no warning was given to them and directly.
नहीं, warning was given to her, but
Yes, sir.
she didn't vacate her झोपड़ी
Yes, sir.
और वो खाना बना रही थी, उसका चूल्हा जल रहा था, उसके तो बहुत छोटे-छोटे बच्चे थे, हस्बैंड बाहर था, वो झोपड़ी गिरी और झोपड़ी में ही जल गई, झोपड़ी एक साथ ही जल गई सारी, तो महिला को निकाल
So if the person who was doing the demolishing was aware that 3 people are there inside, and despite that he used that power, I believe it will be murder because he was aware of that his act might
And if
cause
he was
death.
not aware then?
So then I think it will be an accident, in my opinion, and compensation might be claimed by them.
He was not aware because he didn't took precautions.
Yes, sir. There was amount of negligence on his part in this case.
Then whether this act is not culpable.
So the act definitely is culpable in that case.
सर
ये सीकर के रहने वाले हैं।
Yes, sir.
सीकर की किसी कंट्री से रिलेशनशिप है?
Sir, I'm not able to recall at this moment.
नहीं मालूम।
No, sir.
नेपाल?
Okay, sir, I will read about it.
वो सूरजमल?
Sir, Surajmal is the Jat king of Bharatpur.
भरतपुर और
Yes, sir.
elsewhere?
Sir, as far as I have read, Surajmal is the Jat king of
भरतपुर
Bharatpur.
और डीक?
Deek, yes, sir. He has built mahals, which are palaces now in Deek.
Yes. Shivani, after joining being as a judicial officer,
Yes, sir.
if you will face problem with your subordinate staff like steno and peon, clerk, court master, court reader,
Yes, sir.
then what will you do?
Sir, first of all, I will try to communicate with them and make them understand what is the actual area of problem. And I will also, if the problem persists, I will use the mode of warnings to them, because we should always give opportunity to correct themselves. And if further the problem persists and despite my clear indications and communication doesn't work, then I can make a complaint to my district judge of that particular district.
You will make complaint to district judge or you will pass any order, administrative order against them?
Sir, I will refrain from passing an administrative order. I will try, first of all, to communicate to my district judge and take his opinion in a particular situation.
Okay. And in another scenario, suppose
sir.
two advocates are arguing in your court
Yes, sir.
and either one advocate
Yes, sir.
aggressively argued and abusing process of law and create trouble in the court proceedings, then what will you do?
Sir, I can initiate the process. I can initiate the proceedings under 228 of IPC, that is contempt of court.
Directly.
Sir, I will
How
first
you
issue.
handle this situation?
Sir, I will first make sure that I am communicating and having a dialogue as to why that particular advocate is behaving. And I will definitely remind him of the Bar Council regulations, which every advocate has to adhere to. And if counseling doesn't work in this particular case, then I think I should take a strict action so as to set an example of the discipline in the court.
Okay. And in next question,
Yes.
in your court,
Yes.
in any matter, you are proceeded, and suppose you see that this matter is some way connected your friends, relatives, and anything, your nearest and dearest,
Yes, sir.
any person nearest and dearest, but no advocates address to the same things.
Yes, sir.
Then in situation, what will you?
Sir, in such situation, since no objection is raised,
Yes.
I will.
Then even no question. The advocates are not more about the knowledge of the litigants.
Yes.
But just you have read this file and came to know
Yes.
this is my nearest and dearest
Yes, sir.
and relatives. Then what will you do?
Sir, in such situation, I will refrain from proceeding with the matter, and I will make sure that I'm sending the matter to another court. Reason being, sir, there's this principle in natural justice that nobody should be judged in their own case, and somewhat me, if I'm trying, although I think every judge is free from all the biases and prejudices. However, if my relative is there, I will refrain from proceeding in that particular matter, and I will send it to, if I'm a magistrate, to Chief Judicial Magistrate for the appropriate action and transfer of that particular case.
क्या लिखेंगे आप ऑर्डर शीट पर? क्या ऑर्डर शीट होनी चाहिए?
Sir, I think I will write the apparent cause that in this particular case, since I am aware of the parties and the party in a particular case is related to me, so I am referring this particular case to Chief Judicial Magistrate so that he can make over the case to another magistrate who is.
इतना ऑर्डर शीट लिखना होता है और आपके मजिस्ट्रेट सीजीएम साहब को मालूम लग जाएगा कि इज द related to the Mr. Shivani, and another court magistrate is also known is the related to the Shivani. Then उनको भी
I will await the orders of Chief Judicial Magistrate and I will work accordingly.
You will simply write, I don't want to hear this matter for personal reasons.
बस
Okay, sir.
only.
Sure, sir.
अच्छा शिवानी, मान लो डीजे साहब एक केस का नंबर लिख के देते हैं,
Yes, sir.
आपके डीजे हैं,
Yes, sir.
आपकी कंट्रोलिंग अथॉरिटी है उस
Yes,
समय
sir.
जिस जगह आप पोस्टेड हैं। शिवानी, ये वो केस आपके यहाँ लगा हुआ है
Mm-hmm.
और सिविल में कोई स्टे का मामला है
Yes, sir.
और वो केस नंबर और एस लिख के दे देते हैं।
Hmm.
तो
Sir,
शिवानी ये लो, ये देख लेना।
sir, in this case, I believe I will run according to the file. What the file demands, I will make an order according to the file, and I will not take any prejudice, because this is not an official order as per the powers of the district judge. So I
डीजे
will not.
साहब को ऐसे नाराज कर दो, इज योर प्रिंसिपल एंड कंट्रोलिंग अथॉरिटी.
Sir, I believe I cannot disappoint my service in the first place, and my service would be prejudiced. So I think the service is the most superior authority than any other officer. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
थैंक यू.
Thank you
Good.
so much, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, have a nice day. Nice meeting you, sir. Thank you.